Okay, I've been interviewing a fair amount of candidates for software engineering positions lately, and here are the 5 top mistakes I see candidates making during these interviews. Number 1, you get an interview problem, you read through it, and then you go into this vow of silence for a long minute or so without communicating your thoughts, and then you start coding it out again without any indication of what you're thinking. The purpose of coding interviews is to get a sense of how you approach a problem and to understand your critical thinking abilities. It is not to give you a problem and to see you spit out the answer. ChatGPT can do that better than you anyways. You have to get into the habit of communicating your thought process, your algorithm, the approach you're thinking of even before you've converged on the solution you're going to be using. And again, it's nice if you can code out the solution to a problem, but it isn't worth much if you can't communicate how you did it and why you did the things you did. Number 2, you come up with a solution, you dust your hands, and then you think you're done. No, I want you to do a dry run with a sample input case to make sure that we're arriving on the right output. If the coding ID that we're using does not have execution capabilities, you're still not off the hook. You should still walk me through how a sample input works with the code you've written to give me the output that we're expecting. Number 3, claiming that you usually perform better, but under the circumstances of today, you couldn't do as good of a job. I actually empathize with this situation quite a bit. There will be bad days when you don't perform your best, but there's not really anything that the interviewer or you can do about that other than just giving it your best. Number 4, when you talk about projects you've worked with in the past, you don't give due credit to other people. Don't get me wrong, you should be highlighting your own contributions and you should understand the project well enough to talk about it in a sufficient level of technical depth, but you should not shy away from offering credit to other people where credit is due. Don't claim you migrated your company's infrastructure from AWS to Azure all by yourself. And number 5, you ask me questions that show you have done no research about the role whatsoever. At the end of any interview, there's usually a 5 to 10 minutes buffer where you're given the opportunity to ask the interviewer questions about the role and about the company. And this is your opportunity to express to the interviewer that you're going to be a good cultural fit for the role. Don't fumble the ball on this.